splash of fun, and a sweet choice. Lyra and her little sister Pip arrived at the Great Wolf Lodge, their eyes wide with excitement. The lobby was filled with the scent of pine and the sound of distant splashing. "We're finally here," Pip squealed, tugging on Lyra's hand. Lyra smiled down at her sister, her face glowing with anticipation for the adventure ahead. After a quick trip to the locker room, the sisters emerged in their bright swimsuits. Lyra helped Pip adjust her goggles, making sure they were snug and ready for the water. "Are you ready for the big waves, Pip?" Lyra asked. Pip gave a thumbs up, her feet already pattering against the tiled floor. They waded into the massive wave pool just as the sirens began to wail. Whoosh! The water began to bob and roll. Lyra held Pip's hand firmly, lifting her over the crest of each gentle wave. They laughed together as the turquoise water splashed against their shoulders. Next came the big yellow water slide. They climbed the tall stairs together, looking out over the entire park from the top. 1, 2, 3, go! Lyra cheered. They zoomed down the twisting tube, the wind whistling past their ears, until they landed with a giant splash at the bottom. They headed to the splash zone, where a giant wooden bucket sat high above. Ding, 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 the bell rang, and suddenly a waterfall of cool water crashed down on them. Pip shrieked with delight, and even though Lyra was soaked, she looked as lovely as a summer rain. After hours of swimming, the sisters found a quiet table to rest. They shared a basket of warm, salty fries, their hair still damp and their hearts full. "That was the best swimming ever, Lyra," Pip said between bites. Lyra tucked a stray lock of hair behind her ear and smiled warmly at her sister. As the sun began to set, it was time to head home. But the day wasn't over yet. "We need a special cake to celebrate our trip," Lyra suggested. They stopped at a bright, cozy bakery on the way back, the windows glowing with golden light and the smell of sugar in the air. Inside, the sisters stood before a long glass display case. There were cakes of every color imaginable. One was topped with pink frosting clouds, and another was decorated with golden chocolate leaves. "They all look so delicious," Pip whispered, her nose pressed against the glass. "I want the strawberry one," Pip cried. Lyra looked at a sophisticated lemon tart, and then at a rich chocolate fudge cake. They walked back and forth, unable to make up their minds. "It's so hard to choose just one," Lyra said, laughing softly at their indecision. Suddenly, they both spotted a cake in the freezer section. It was a giant Oreo ice cream cake, topped with crunchy cookies and swirls of cream. "That's it!" they shouted at the same time. With their perfect cake in hand, the sisters headed home, the perfect end to a perfect day.